वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैर्ननदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। You can repeat. यावानर्थौ उदपाने
यावानर्थौदपाने
सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके
सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके
तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु
सर्वेषु वेदेषु
मनस्य विजानतः
ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते
मा फलेषु कदाचन
मा फलेषु कदाचन
मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः
मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः
मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि
मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि।
Bhashyakara doesn't give a long sangati to this shloka, connecting the previous shloka. He says, Tavacha, tava adhikaraha, karmani eva adhikaraha, te is tava, to you, adhikaraha, karmani eva. There is no sangati. In Shankaranandiyam, I'm sharing that file. I can send you this PDF later. Is giving a nice sangati. I will just read, you can follow that, need not repeat. Yadyapi evam lakshana sampannasya eva dharmavittamasya sarvakarma sannyase adhikaraha tathapi shoka moha avishtatvadi dharmaihi vicharyamane na etat lakshanam tvayi drishyate. Nicely says. Yadyapi evam lakshanam. Evam lakshanam is the previous shloka. As the unlimited water body, the ocean, which serves the purpose of the limited water body. Similarly, We saw a Brahmana, yeah, a Jnani, who has knowledge, who has wisdom, Jnanam. In the Jnana Palam, all the other limited palams are covered. Whatever the limited palams, through the dharma, kama, artha, purushartha, a human being strives to gain. All those are covered in the unlimited Jnana Palam, which a Brahmana has. Brahmanasya vijahanataha, the knowing Brahmana. Brahmana means here is a wise person, is a Jnani. So therefore, that is a Lakshanam. Evam Lakshanam Sampannasya, endowed with this Lakshanam. What Lakshanam? Brahma Vittamasya, the knower of Brahma. Brahmana is the knower of Brahma. Brahma Janati iti Brahmanaha. For him, Karma Sannyase eva adhikaraha. For him, Karma Sannyasa, he has got adhikara. He has got the fitness in giving up only the karma. Tatapi Shoka Mohadi Avishtattvari Dharmaiki Vicharyamani. You who are overwhelmed by Shoka Moha Paraya Kripaya Vishtaha Vishidannidam Abravit. We saw in the first chapter. So he is overpowered by Shoka and Moha. So therefore, Tata Lakshanam Tvayi na Drishyate. Tata Lakshanam referring to the Lakshanam which a Brahmana, the knower of Brahma, has. It is not seen in you, hey Arjuna. Tataha, therefore, Tava Karmani eva adhikaraha. Therefore, you have got eligibility. Your fitness is only in karma, in doing karma. Natu jnane, napicha sannyase iti vadan, not in jnanam, not in karma sannyasa, not in sannyasa. Iti vadan, saying, thus, shatada krita shravananam api anudita atmajnananam mumukshunam swadharma anushtanam avashyam kartavyam na kvachidapi tyaktavyam iti nishkarsham aha. Shatada, 100 ways. Krita shravananam, kritam shravanam yena saha, referring to the person who has done the shravanam, who has listened to the shastram through Guru Mukha. So referring to the person, krita shravananam api anudita atma jnananam. Atma jnana is not udita. Udita is rising. It has not arose in those persons, but they are mumukshus. For them, swadharma anushtanam avashyam kartavyam, one's own swadharma, one's own karma, duty, what is to be done, kartavyam karma, that must be done, avashyam kartavyam, na kvachidapi tyaktavyam, nothing should be given up. Iti, he says in a very brief, nishkarsham aha. Bhagavan says this very clearly, nishkarsham aha. This point is extracted by Bhagavan very clearly in the shloka. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma paleshu kadachana iti. So, you have got adhikara not in giving up karma. So, therefore, you have got adhikara not in sannyasa. You have to do karma. Karmani eva tava adhikaraha. Karmani eva tava adhikaraha. With reference to karma only, you have got eligibility. Your fitness is there only with reference to karma. Ma paleshu kadachana. Adhikaraha kadachana ma paleshu. May you not have with regard to karma pala, paleshu karma pala. May you not have the longing for the result of the karma. Here, the word karma can be taken in two ways. One is Vaidika karma, other one is Laukika karma. So here in the Bhashyam Bhashyakara, the karma means Vaidika karma. Vaidika karma means Vigita karma. The karma which are Vigita, ordained by the Veda. Veda ordains karma using Tavya Pratyaya or Ling, Kartavyam or Lot. Many times you will see use the word Tavya will be there. Kartavyam. Kartavyam karma. So Veda Vigitam. Like Nitya Naimittika karma, Veda Vigita karma. Nitya karma means that must be done when every day. That is why it's called a Nitya karma. Naimittika karma is occasional. It's not done every day, but it must be done. It must be done, like the Masa Tarpanam or yearly Shraddhadi karma, other karmas which are Naimittika. So many karmas are there. So, from the Vedika standpoint, from the Veda standpoint, from the Bhashyakara standpoint, the word karma the karma refers to Vaidika karma. Vaidika karma which a Vaidika must do. That is why it's called a Vaidika. He follows the injunction of the Veda. So, Nitya karma, Naimittika karma must be done. Karmani eva tava adhikaraha. You have got adhikara, the eligibility in doing karma. Nitya Naimittika karma, since it is to be done, this Nitya Naimittika karma, whether it gives results or not, that is one thing. Karma will definitely give result. Because every karma, Vedic karma, when you do with a sankalpa. Mamopata samasta durita kshayadvara Shri Parameshwara prityartam. To please the Bhagavan, you do. Therefore, every karma becomes a means of worship. Parameshwara prityartam. To please the Lord. So it is offered to the Lord. So every karma is done with this sankalpa, therefore it becomes the karma yoga. The sankalpa itself is a Parameshwara prityartam. After that, you add also whatever you wish. But Parameshwara prityartam is there. So, Nitya Naimittika karma, since they are to be done. But if it is done with the intention to gain moksha, then that karma totally becomes a different type of karma, karma yoga. That karma becomes karma yoga. If it is done with the intention to gain nishtha in jnana. And therefore, karmani eva tava adhikaraha. The same karma can be done. The same karma can be done asking for the limited ends also. Materialistic limited ends. That is why Shloka says, Ma paleshu adhikaraha kadachana. May you not have the longing for the limited results of action. Limited results of action. Since Veda prescribed Nitya Naimittika karma, which are must be done, and also other karmas. So many other karmas are there. If you have particular desire to fulfill or gain something, a particular karma is ordained. That all comes under the category of Kamya karma. Kamya karmas are those desire prompted actions, karma, desire prompted rituals. This since the name itself Kamya, so therefore it is done with the intention to gain the limited ends, limited desired ends. Therefore, they are kamya karma. So by Mahapaleshu Kadachana, by this statement, what it means is Nitya Naimiti karma, since they are Veda Vigita, must be done. Kamya karma is not Veda Vigita. Nitya Naimiti karma, it gives palam in the form of punyam, in the form of Ishvara Anugraha, and if it is done with the intention to gain moksha, it becomes karma yoga. Whereas kamya karma, it is not done like that. It is done with the end in mind. Therefore, Mahapaleshu Kadachana can be taken as, may you not have the longing for the results of action, desire prompted action. It means you reduce your kamya karma, or you don't go after kamya karma. You don't go after kamya karma. Or if you do the karma, you can do the karma with the intention to gain Ishvara Anugraha. That will be conducive for moksha in the form of gaining Guru and Shastram. But kamya karma is not done with the purpose of gaining punya. Vigita karma. Vigita karma can be done. Vigita karma can be done. So reduce the kamya karma and do Vigita karma, Veda Vigita karma. So your adhikara is only doing the karma, and therefore do the nitya nimittikari karma and don't go after the limited ends offered by the kamya karma. Refrain from pursuing kamya karma. This is the upadesha given to a karma yogi. A karmi will be interested in limited ends. Therefore, Veda prescribes. If kamya karma, if Bhagavan Krishna says, don't go after kamya karma, then why Veda has got all those karma? It is not for a karma yogi. It is for the karmis. Yet to become matured. To become a karma yogi with the end in mind, moksha in mind. The person should become a moksharthi, mumukshu. And only he can transfer, he can get a shift from karmi to karma yogi. For them, kamya karmas are mentioned, given in the Veda. So therefore, ma paleshu kadachana, ma karma palayetuhu buhu, ma abuhu, lung lakara, ma abuhu, ma abuhu. So, may you not become karma pala. May you not become the hetu, the result, the cause. May you not become the cause for the karma pala, the result of karma. May you not become the result of karma means what? May you not become the result of the karma which is in the form of punarjanma. The punarjanma. What is the cause for janma? Karma is the cause. Karma only perpetuates janma, marana, the samsara chakra. So may you not become ma karma pala etuhu the cause. May you not become the cause for the results of karma. So therefore, it means you don't do karma with the limited ends in mind, so that you will not be, so that you don't have to be born again. Taking birth again is samsara. Birth, janma, marana, it is going to be samsara. The cause of janma is being karma. Therefore, you don't become the result of karma. You don't become the result of karma. May you not become the result of karma. And the result of karma, which is in the form of these continuation of this samsara chakra. If you do karma with the desire, with the desire for the limited ends, it will give its result in the form of Punarjanma. So therefore, if Punarjanma is a samsara chakra will continue. So the karma what you do, it becomes the bija for the next janma. So therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, you don't become the cause for the samsara chakra to continue. So it means you do karma not having any ichcha, any trishna, any desire. That is what the shloka means. Have proper attitude and then do karma. The attitude is, the motive is moksha. With the moksha in mind, therefore you do karma. With the moksha in mind, you do karma, it will give punya palam, and that punya will fructify in a way that will be conducive to gaining jnanam and therefore moksha. This is how this shloka is interpreted with reference to or from the standpoint of the karma, which meaning the Vedika karma. Karma meaning Vedika karma. For a karma yogi who observes Vedic karma, this is how the shloka has to be interpreted. That is another way of interpretation. That is taking karma to be a Lokik karma. We will come to that later. Now, from the standpoint of the karma, taking the word karma to mean Vedic karma, we are discussing the meaning of the shloka. So, ma karma pala etuhu bhuhu. The Vedika must keep on doing the nitya nimitti karma with the moksha in mind. When he keeps on doing, he gets chitta shuddhi. So reducing the kamya karma, and therefore he will not become the cause for the result of punarjanma, because his commitment is towards moksha. Therefore, he should do karma in such a way the samsara chakra is snapped. Therefore, one may ask, then why should we do karma? Karma can be given up. No, that also Bhagavan says, Mate sangaha astu akarmani. May you not have sangha, the inclination towards akarmani, non-performance of karma, because it is Vedika karma. Therefore, you cannot give up. You can give up kamya karma, you can give up prayaschitta karma and nishiddha karma, all those karmas you can drop. But you cannot give up Vigita karma. To give up Vigita karma, one has to take sannyasa. But you are not yet qualified for it. Therefore, you cannot give up karma. To give up karma also, Vedic sanction of the Veda is required. Therefore, shloka says, Mate sangaha astu karmani. May you not have sangha, inclination, or the interest or the commitment to not doing the karma. So it means you don't run away from the Veda Vigita karma. You have to do it. This is the meaning of the shloka, taking the karma to mean Vedika karma. Now we will take the meaning of the word karma, meaning Lokika karma. Here, Arjuna is doing the karma of fighting, is going to fight. Is it a Vedika karma or what karma? Lokika karma. It is a Lokika karma, it is in the form of Swadharma. Swadharma is also a karma. It is not like the karma prescribed by the Veda. It is Swadharma. Swadharma is one's own dharma. One's own dharma meaning karma. One's own karma. The karma which is to be done by the person at a particular time, at a particular place, at a keeping in view the place, the life stage, the ashrama, the varna, whatever may be. Taking all this into consideration, whatever to be done by the person, it must be done by the person. It is not Veda Vigita like Vedika karma, but it is Laukika karma. Being a Kshatriya, his karma is to protect the people. His duty, karma meaning duty, dharma meaning karma, karma meaning duty. His duty is protect to prajas. Therefore, karma, taking the meaning of the word karma as Laukika karma. When it comes to Laukika karma, then the same shloka can be interpreted in this way. What way? The word adhikaraha, we can take the meaning of the word adhikara as the choice. Adhikara meaning the choice. It's a beautiful translation, the meaning of the word adhikara. Tava adhikaraha karmani eva. You have got adhikara, you have got choice, your privilege. You have got privilege only in doing karma. You have got choice only with reference to the karma. With reference to karma only you have choice. What about the result of karma, the karma pala? You don't have any choice. Only with regard to karma you have got choice. You have got free will. You have got free will and you have got choice. Therefore, you can do an action. You need not do the action, or you can do the action in a different way. And here for Arjuna, he thinks he has got a choice. Of course, he has got a choice. He can fight the war. He need not fight. He can just simply sit there, or he can run away. He can run away. So, kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyata va kartum shakyam. Because it is karma, therefore free will is there. Being endowed with buddhi and free will, a human being can choose to do karma, choose not to do karma, or he can do the same karma, same action in a different way. Whichever way he wants to accomplish the result, keeping the result in mind, he can do it. He has got free will. He has got free will. Purushartha is there. Therefore, the choice is with reference to only the action. What about the result of action? Result of action, over that you don't have choice, because so many factors are involved in giving the result of action. There are so many invisible the causes. There are so many invisible causes which govern the result of action. Visible causes you may figure out. You may figure out the visible causes and you take care of all the visible causes which can cause failure of the action, which can give the negative result, or which can give undesired results of action, which can take you can take care of the visible causes. What about the invisible causes? There are so many invisible causes functioning. Invisible causes are not under your control, because the causes being invisible and you being an individual with a limited power, with limited shakti, with a limited intelligence, alpagya. Jivas are alpagya, alpashaktiman. Therefore, they cannot command the result of action. They cannot command the result of action. They have got, Bhagavan has given only the privilege to do or not to do, or do the karma in different way. The choice is given. So, with regard to karma, you have got choice. This is not an upadesha. This is the truth. This is not upadesha. This is the fact. This is the Satya Vachanam. So here, Bhagavan Krishna, he tells Arjuna the reality. This is how it is. Satya Vachanam it is. You have got choice only in action. not in the results of action. You don't have choice. So, ma paleshu kadachana, from the standpoint of Vedic karma, we interpreted it as don't have craving for the result of action in that context. Now, the same can be interpreted ma paleshu kadachana, you don't have paleshu tava adhikaraha kadachana nasti. You can interpret the word the same as paleshu with regard to karma, karma paleshu, adhikaraha nasti. Adhikara is not there. With regard to karma pala, paleshu, ma kadachana, never. Your choice is only in the results of action, never in the karma pala. The same karma ma paleshu kadachana can be interpreted. So it means doing karma. Why a person does karma? Not for the sake of karma. The person is interested in gaining the karma pala. With the karma pala in mind only, a person does karma. Nobody does karma without expecting karma pala. So therefore, do your karma and don't expect the results. It's not proper. It is not proper. Doing karma with the end in mind. Doing karma with the end in mind. Prayojanam anudishya namandopi pravartate. Even a fool will not attempt to do any action without expecting result. Karma is done with the result to be gained in mind. So therefore, since interested in karma pala, but do you have choice in choosing the karma pala? No, you have got choice only in doing the karma, not in karma pala. Therefore, with that, having understood this, now how do you perform the karma? You perform the karma with such an attitude. With such an attitude, knowing very well, that attitude is knowing very well that being a alpajnaha, alpashaktiman, I have to do what I am supposed to do. The results will take care of themselves. This is the attitude. This attitude is called yoga. This attitude is called yoga. In fact, more than this, one more thing is there to this attitude. We will talk about that later. This attitude could be a person may be having as a practically also. He does karma and he knows results or depends on so many factors. So this attitude a person may have, but this attitude of doing in karma will become a karma yoga when one more thing is there. When one more thing is there in the execution of karma. What is that one more thing? One more thing is Ishvara. We will talk about that. You have to bring Ishvara into the karma. Now, this is called yoga. This is called the yoga. You have got choice in doing the action, not to the results. So with this attitude and understanding that a huge order functions behind giving the results of action, the order is Bhagavan, the Ishvara in the form of order. This is called yoga. And this yoga is what here Bhagavan Krishna talks about. And the word yoga is defined by Bhagavan. In the successive shlokas we are going to see. Samatvam yoga uchyate. What is yoga? Samatvam. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Similarly, yoga su karma kaushalam. The word yoga is defined. And in another place also, Bhagavan Krishna defines yoga. In 3 places, yoga is defined. One is samatvam yoga uchyate. Other one is yoga karmasu kaushalam. This is also an important definition of yoga, which is wrongly interpreted. Yogasu karma kaushalam means dexterity in action, skillness in action. What skillness in action? It's not just about the skillness. Discretion in doing an action. Applying the buddhi. Seeing that whether the karma is in keeping with dharma or not. That is the kaushalam. It is not doing a karma perfectly. Nobody is perfect and no karma can be done perfectly. It is impossible. So the word kaushalam has to be interpreted. Who is a kushala? The person who does karma in keeping with dharma. That person. He weighs the pros and cons and do karma in keeping with dharma. That is the kushalatvam, kaushalam. Anyway, we will talk about that when the shloka comes. So definition is yogaha karmasu kaushalam. In another place also, yoga is defined in the sixth chapter. In the sixth chapter, 23rd shloka, Bhagavan Krishna defines yoga. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sangitam iti. What is yoga is yoga. Yoga means the word yoga is from the dhatu yujur, to join, to associate. That is the meaning. And when you say yoga, jivatma paramatma, this yoga means this jivatma paramatma, joining jivatma and paramatma. How do you join? You cannot join by a coupling. No. Joining means understanding jivatma, paramatma. They are not different. That aikya jnana. Then only it becomes yoga, jnana yoga. Jnanam is jivatma, paramatma, aikyam. They are one. Understanding that. That is called jnana yoga. So yoga means union. Union means not the two things are separate and you join it. Understanding the two things which seem to be separate. That is yoga. In this context, the word yoga, the context of karma yoga. Here, the yoga in the context of karma, Bhagavan Krishna defines. What is a yoga? Dukkha sanyoga viyogaha yogaha. Yoga means viyoga. Viyoga means opposite of yoga, which means disassociation. Viyoga means disassociation. Disassociation from what? From sanyoga, from association. Disassociation from association is yoga. What is disassociation from association? What is that association? Association with dukkham. Association with dukkham, that is dukkha sanyoga, from that disassociation, viyoga. So dukkha sanyoga viyoga is yoga. Iti Bhagavan Krishna defines in the sixth chapter we are going to see later. So therefore, these are the definitions of yoga you will find in the Gita. In the next shloka, the 50th shloka, the coming 50th shloka, we are going to see Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam. The word Samatva is important. The word Samatva has its basis on this line. Karmani eva tava adhikaraha ma paleshu kadachana. The Samatvam which defines the yoga is based on this line of this shloka. Karmani eva tava adhikaraha. Samatva literally means evenness, sameness. What is sameness? The sameness of what? The sameness of the mind. The mind is same. How can the mind be same? It is the sameness means the sameness. It means with regard to the results of karma, the mind is same. The mind is not tossed up and down, depending on the results of action. Your mind can be same only when you accept your limitation. Only when you accept the limitation. The limitation is you don't command the results of action, because the results of actions are determined by so many unseen factors, so many unseen laws, so many unseen, or the order The order is Ishvara. So Ishvara gives a result of action. When you understand that, then you will be you will have samatva, the sameness. Your mind will not get agitated with regard to the results of action. Why the results of action can vary. Karma being same, the results of action may vary. You may get exactly what you expected, possible, or you may get more than what you expected, possible, or you may get less than what you expected, or you may get quite opposite to what you expected. All these possibilities are there. How do you govern the possibilities? You don't govern, Bhagavan does that. When you understand that, naturally, you will have samatvam. You will understand your limitation in terms of knowledge, in terms of your Shakti, and you will understand the big order functioning. Ishvara is that he gives, he sanctions the results, not by his whims and fancies. He sanctions depending on our own karma pala. Our own karma comes in the form of karma pala, and over which you don't have any say, because our own karma comes in the form of karma pala, and we don't know which karma is going to fructify. So many factors are involved, unseen factors. It's a very big network, so we don't have any say over it. Therefore, accepting our limitation, seeing Ishvara functioning behind the results of action, then only you can have samatvam. Otherwise, there is no point in saying samatvam. It cannot be same. There is no samatvam then. When you have this attitude, samatvam will be the result. And that samatvam is called yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate iti. And we do different karmas. Different karmas we do. For what purpose? Different karmas are done for different results. So each karma will give different results. Vividhani karmani, therefore, vividhani karma palani. You do karma expecting different results, different karmas for different results. So samatvam means not with regard to karma, with regard to karma pala. So when you say samatvam is regard to the karma pala. Since different karmas are done for different results, the results are going to vary. So with regard to that, have samatvam. And to say that do karma without expecting result, that is also not correct, because an action is done. An action is done with a desire in the mind. So every karma has got its own ichcha is there, a motive is there, and motives are different. Different karmas, therefore different motives, and therefore different results are there. So therefore, when we say samatvam, it's not with regard to the desire or not with regard to the karma, with regard to the karma pala. Because over karma pala, you don't have any choice. The choice is only with the Bhagavan. Therefore, ma karma pala etuhu bhuhu. Ma karma etuhu. So, therefore, understanding this, the karma, the same karma, what you were doing before becomes karma yoga. So, karma yoga is only with reference to the attitude what we have towards the karma pala. So, no karma can become yoga without this attitude. That attitude is called yoga buddhi. Since we have raga and dvesha, therefore only to neutralize raga dvesha, Bhagavan, he prescribes karma yoga as a sadhana. Karma yoga as an indirect sadhana for moksha is prescribed by Bhagavan for neutralizing raga dvesha. What are raga dvesha? Our desires are called raga dvesha. Raga and dvesha. Raga means what I want to gain, what I want to enjoy. That is called raga. Raga is that which I like. And therefore I do action to gain that. That is raga. Dvesha is opposite of that. I do action to avoid having that. That is dvesha. So all the actions are desire prompted or raga dvesha prompted only. All the actions, an action involves either pravritti or nivritti, engagement or disengagement. Pravritti for what? Sukha praptaye pravritti. That is raga. You want to have what you like. Therefore, that's a pravritti. Dukkha nivrittaye nivritti. You want to avoid, you want to get rid of. Therefore, because you don't like, dvesha is there. Therefore, you withdraw. Withdrawing is also a karma. Withdrawing also is a karma. So therefore, when you do karma, karma with the desired ends. We have got desire, and gaining the desired end, you do karma. It means raga dvesha are involved. Raga dveshas are there. When raga dvesha is there, then you cannot have the samatva buddhi. You cannot enjoy yoga buddhi. And to have that yoga buddhi, what is required? You have to see that, you have to understand that you don't have any say over the karma phala. You don't have any say over the karma phala. You don't call all the shots. There is many a slip between the cup and the lip. And it is not something which randomly happens, not by chance. It happens because there is a order functioning. There is a huge order. The order is Ishvara. Bhagavan is there behind the results of action. Because he is Sarvajnaha, he is Sarvashaktiman. He knows what you have done before, and therefore keeping with the Purva Karma, accordingly he gives the results of action what you deserve. It may be positive, it may be negative. So therefore, because Bhagavan is Sarvajna, is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. He is the Abhinna Nimitta Upada Karana. He is the cause of this entire Jagat. He is the intelligent cause and as well as the material cause. The karma phala is also a material, what you enjoy out of because of your karma. So that is Ishvara only. Karma is Ishvara and karma phala is also Ishvara because Ishvara is everything. So karma phala is Ishvara. The result of the order, the huge order which functions, it is Ishvara alone. So therefore karma phala is Ishvara, given by Ishvara. It is Ishvara. So, and to therefore he says, Ma karma phala etuhu bhuhu. When it is given by Ishvara, you don't have the authorship over the karma. You don't be the author of the results of karma phala. You don't, because it is given by Ishvara. And in Upadesha Sara, Ramana Maharishi beautifully says, Kartvarajñaya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tajjadam. Kartuhu is Ishvara. Ishvara ajñaya eva karma phalam prapyate phalam. It does, karma doesn't come on its own. It is because karma is jadam. Karma kim param karma tajjadam. Karma is jadam. So who is the author of this, the laws of action, giving the results of action? It is Bhagavan only. Bhagavan only gives the results of action. Understanding that, understanding and therefore bringing Ishvara into your karma, then only the karma becomes yoga buddhi, karma yoga. The karma becomes karma yoga when we understand the order, which is Ishvara, functioning behind it. So therefore, the karma phala is produced by so many unseen factors which are governed by the certain laws, and the laws are not different from the Bhagavan. Bhagavan is nimitta, is an intelligent cause. The laws function, and the laws function in keeping with the order of the intelligent, the cause, intelligent being, which is Ishvara. So therefore, Ishvara is involved in every action, every result of action. And there is a shloka which is in Sadhana Bodhini. Nicely says, Tatkarmaiva manushyena yoga buddhya sunushtitam mokshasya bhavati dvaram natu bandhana karakam. When a karma is done with this attitude of karma yoga, then the karma will become a dwara for moksha. It will not become a dwara for bondage. Natu bandhana karakam. And the Upadesha Sara, again, Ramana Maharshi says, Ishvararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shodakam mukti sadhanam. What is the purpose of this karma yoga? Karma yoga means doing karma with the attitude of offering the karma and the karma phala to Ishvara. Doing karma with the attitude of offering, that is karma yoga. Understanding the intelligent cause functioning behind giving the results of action. Ishvara. To Ishvara you offer this karma. Ishvarar pitam na ichaya kritam. Not with icha. Chitta shodakam. Through that what happens? Chitta shodakam bhavati. Ragadvesha is neutralized. Chitta shodakam bhavati. That becomes sadhanam for mukti. Mukti sadhakam. Natu bandhana karakam iti. So karma yoga becomes a means for freedom. Therefore only Bhagavan Krishna here he asks Arjuna to do karma yoga because he is interested in freedom, moksha, and therefore he must do karma. He cannot give up karma, being a kshatriya and being in the particular ashrama and in the battlefield. So he cannot take to karma sannyasa. He is not yet qualified for it. So therefore only he says karmani eva tava adhikaraha asti iti. Then we can see this Shankaranandam. It says very nice, beautifully. It says, explains this. Mumukshoho tava shruti smritibhyam vigitte kamya varjite nitya naimitike cha karmani adhikaraha yogyata. So he explains the shloka taking the karma to be the Vedika karma. Mumukshoho. Who is mumukshu? Arjuna is a mumukshu because he surrendered to Bhagavan and asked for his upadesha, shishya stegam shadiman tvam prapannam, asking to help him to find a way from this problem. It means he is asking for knowledge, and also he asked yet shreyaha tat vadatu iti. So he asked for shreyas. Shreyas is freedom, moksha. Therefore, he is a mumukshu. So, mumukshoho tava shruti smritibhyam vigitte. Shruti smriti, by shruti and smriti, the kamya, vigita karma, nitya naimittika. Kamya karma, varjite, avoiding kamya karma, doing nitya naimittika karma. And that only you have got adhikaraha, yogyata, fitness, you are qualified, yogyata. So, adhikaraha taken to be yogyata. So we have interpreted the word adhikara in two different ways. From the context of Vedika, adhikara means yogyata. From the context of Laukika karma, adhikara means choice over the results of action, yogyata. So yogyata. Na anyatra jnana nishtayam sannyaseva iti anya yoga vyavachedhartham eva evakaraha tatra api. Karman eva Karmani eva, that evakara is there. Why this evakara is there? You have got adhikara, yogyata only in doing karma, not in jnana nishta or not in sannyasa. For that only this evakara is there. Tat evakara tatrapi, evakara tatrapi karma paleshu. Karma paleshu with regard to the karma pala. Yajnyodanam tapaschaiva pavanani iti. Dharmena papam apanudati iti. Nityanamapi pala shravana tat paleshu mate adhikaraha nasti yogyata. You don't have yogyata adhikara with regard to the karma pala. Karma pala, with regard to karma pala, you don't have adhikara. Kadachit api karma paleshu apekshana kartavyaha ityartaha. Therefore, never, don't have apeksha. Apeksha is expect. Don't have expectation of the results of action. It means don't crave for the results of action. Because you are a karma yogi. You are doing karma with the desire to please the Lord. Parameshwar Prityartam eva. Therefore, karma pala apeksha. So therefore, the translation what you find generally in the other books, never expect the results of action. That is the Vaidika standpoint. A Vaidika karma yogi, when he does, it's nitya nimitti karma. He does karma not expecting the particular result. In fact, there is an expectation. What is expectation? Spiritual welfare is expectation. So that expectation is different from the expectation of what the karma gives. That is different. So whether the result, the karma, what you do, that karma will give its particular result. You don't focus on that. You focus on the ultimate result, which is Ishvara Anugraha, Jnana Yogyata Prapti. That is how we have to take. So karma paleshu apeksha na kartavyaha means not having the craving for the limited ends. That is how we have to take the meaning of karma pala apeksha. As I said, no karma, no people will do karma without expecting any result. Then how can you say karma pala apeksha na kartavyaha iti? This is for the Vaidika Purusha. The Vaidika who does karma, for him this Upadesha is given. Then what about for the other people doing Laukika karma? How can they do karma not expecting the result? For them, the same thing we saw. The results involve so many factors. So, and you don't have say over it. Therefore, you do karma in a way it is a worship to the Lord, and whatever the results come, take it as prasada, Ishvara prasada. When can you do such karma? When you have this attitude, yoga buddhi. Only when you have this yoga buddhi, you can do such karma. And also the karma, what you do with, as we said, no karma is done without desire. Desire is there. Let the desire be non-binding. Let the desire be non-binding desire. Let the desire not bind you. If you don't get the desired result, then don't be dejected or don't be disappointed. Understand the order functioning and you accept what has been given. So let the desire be non-binding. If the desire is non-binding, there is no problem. If the desire is binding, there is a problem. A binding desire, where there is binding desire, there is a resistance to accept the order of Ishvara. When you accept the order of Ishvara, there will not be resistance, and therefore the desires also will be unbinding. So do karma with the desire. No karma is done without desire. Desire is there, but let the desire be unbinding. Okay, then next line. Karma paleshu apekshiteshu satsu bije sati ankuravat punarjanmadeha dukkha bhumayaha swayameva syuhu. If karma pala apeksha is there, then that becomes a bija, the seed Ankuravata, like a for a plant, a seed is the cause for the plant to come. Therefore, karmapala apeksha is that then that becomes a seed for punarjanma. Punarjanma becomes seed for the punarjanma. Punarjanmadayah dukkha bhumayah swayameva syuhu. Tasmat ma karmapala yetuhu bhuhu. Therefore, you don't become the cause for the result of action. The result in the form of punarjanma. So, therefore, yatha swargakami swargaloka pala hetuhu tata tvam etat karma pala hetuhu ma bhuhu. Swargakami, the desire of swarga, he does karma with the desire to go to swargaloka. Like that you don't do. So, like that you don't become the cause for the results of action. Because swargaloka is going, it's also a samsara only. From this loka to that loka. The samsara is going to continue. So, tvam etat karma pala hetuhu ma bhuhu. You don't become like that. Karma paleshu apekshavan ma bhavet. So, apekshavan, karma pala apekshavan ma bhavet. You don't become the expectant of the result of the karma pala. The karma pala in the form of limited ends. Dharma, artha, kama. Not prompted by kama purushartha or artha purushartha. Or even dharma purushartha. Dharma meaning punyam. Nanu palashunyam tatrapi klesha pradhanam karma kartum na shakyate tat apekshaya tat tyagaha sukhavagaha iti ashankayam arurukshoho karma tyagaha na yuktaha iti ashayena aha ma te iti. Palashunyam tatrapi klesha pradhanam karma kartum na shakyate. Nobody can do karma which doesn't give any result. Klesha pradhanam karma kartum na shakyate. If you say like that, karma pala apekshavan ma bhavet, if you say, nobody will do any karma, because klesha is involved. It involves effort. Difficulty is there. So karma kartum na shakyate. Palashunyam tatrapi klesha pradhanam karma kartum na shakyate. Therefore, people will avoid doing karma. Tat apekshaya, tat tyagaha, sukhavagaha. Not doing karma will give sukham. Because no klesha is involved. Because here, Bhagavan doesn't say palashunyam. Results will not be there, it doesn't say. But people may understand. Don't expect the results means results will not be there. No. If results are not there, then karma need not be done. And giving of karma is sukham. There is no effort involved. Sukhavagaha bhavati iti ashankaya. This doubt may come. Therefore, arurukshoho. Arurukshoho means mumukshoho. Arurukshoho. Mumukshoho. Karma yogaha na yuktaha iti ashaya. Therefore, karma yoga should not be done by the mumukshu. This doubt can come. Because karma tyaga gives sukham. It gives, there is no effort involved. Therefore, sukham bhagati, it is sukha vagaha. This doubt can come. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, Mates sangos prakarmani. May you not be attached to not doing of karma. It means you must do karma. You must do karma. You cannot avoid doing karma. You should not do. And if it is nitya nimiti karma, vigita karma must be done. And also if it is swadharma, must be done. There is no choice of not doing it. Don't resort to inaction. Akarma vyatirekah kriya tyagaha iti yavat. Kriya tyagaha akarma iti yavat. Tasmin akarmani te sangaha manaha saktihi mastu. So you don't have sangaha, inclination to akarmani. Etena karma pala anapekshaya shraddhaya cha ishvara prityartam bhaktya karma kurvatah eva mokshaha na anyata iti suchitam bhavati. Therefore, with this shraddha, not expecting means not expecting the limited ends, not having the the dharma artha kama purushartha karma phala anapekshaya, because Bhagavan governs the results of action, therefore anapekshaya shraddhaya, with the faith, with the shraddha, and for to please the Bhagavan, bhaktya you do karma, the one who does karma, for him mokshaha bhavati, na anyata, otherwise not. Iti suchitam bhavati. This is what is said. Iti Shankaranandiyam nicely presents this. Then to the Shankar Bhashyam. Shankar Bhashyam, I think we can read in the next class. Now it is 6:45. The connection will go. The next class is there. Automatically this will turn off. So we can stop here. Next class we discuss the Shankar Bhashyam up to the shloka. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanta Shanta Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवादः।